don't get me wrong, I was making a decent, especially where I live, a lot of money in my job. And I liked it and I was good at it, but I started making a lot more money and saw an asymmetrical opportunity. Like, oh, I'm only spending, 2-3 hours a day on crypto and I'm making a lot more money than I'm making in my job. I don't know how long this is going to last. And I didn't even quit. I just wouldn't check my email, wouldn't go to meetings. I just kind of fucked off and they ended up firing me. And I was like, okay, now I have to do this full time. Alhamdulillah, here's my watch, here's my car, here's my public wallet. Please follow me on Cold so I can steal your money. Those people too, if you look at their transactions, like, oh, holy shit, how's this guy making $20,000 a day? How does anyone make money in this market? Well, he buys on the Cold wallet. He buys on a shitload of other wallets, and then he sends all the supply to the Cold wallet. So he'll have bought 8 million tokens, but he sold 75 million tokens, and it shows on Cold that he made $15,000. So people that don't even look into it are like, oh, this guy's printing even in a dry market. I'll copy trade him. I think people are catching more onto that now, but like those types of people, like, you're not welcome here. I don't like you.
Come on the podcast a week later, like, I don't know. It's
a
just
complete
weird.
Coincidence.
Yeah, it's anyways, who want to come up next week?
Yeah, right. You're just going down the Cold leaderboards. Whoever made the most money that month.
Oh no, man! I've been targeted of those. Is really, really, really annoying. Like it's insane the amount of target that you get on your back when you do crypto. So I can understand why.
But that's another reason why. That's another reason why I'll never get drained, is because even you, I trust you. You have a podcast. Everyone's been on it. I don't click any links from anybody, and I never sign any transactions. And that there's no chance you can get drained if you're not joining calls, if you're not going on random Discord, screen sharing, Google Meet, all that shit. Just don't click any fucking links, and you'll be fine. I've never clicked any links from anybody, even people I trust, and I've never got drained.
Yeah, I hope it stays like that. If you ever want to trade meme coins, the best tool out there to trade it is Padre. And with the code HANDSOME, you will get 35% cashback. That's the highest cashback that you will see anywhere else. What I love is that they have the trading stop loss, but also they're the fastest to show you the new coins. And now they've been recently acquired by Pump Fund, which means that with trading on it, you might be farming the airdrop. So go ahead to padre.gg. That's padre.gg and use the code HANDSOME. I will put also a link in the description. I mean, like, even you saw it was recently, was it on GMGN? Like, people were getting drained. Just like they didn't even need to click a link. I think it was an exploit. It's like...
Yeah, exactly. That's all of it. And the thing is, I believe GMGN uses Turnkey. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think they use a security company that the majority of trading bots also use. So, I mean, my stuff's in cold storage. No, they didn't use it. I have some...
They didn't use it. That's the problem. Really? Yeah. That's the problem. They didn't use it.
I assumed everyone just used the same security, because why wouldn't you?
So that was the same with Nova as well when they had an exploit. I mean, they didn't say it was, but like they refunded everyone. So I was like, I don't know. It is a bit strange on it, but yeah, the same, they didn't use it, so it's like, yeah,
that's why you keep your money in cold storage, and then any money you have on Phantom, and especially a trading bot, dude. If you have money on a trading bot, you have to assume that someone's going to drain you. Like, but it's a good gesture of them to refund it though. That was good on them.
What brought you to crypto? Did you arrive with Solana and meme coins, or were you in before?
No, I've been around the space for a while now. I went to Bitcoin Miami. I think it was the first one they had in Miami in 2021. I was in crypto, and my friends, I knew people through crypto, but I was never on crypto Twitter. That's kind of where everything changed with meme coins and stuff. But one of the kids I made friends with in Miami in 21 told me about, because I already had Ethereum and Bitcoin, but he said that I should start fucking around with meme coins. So I bought a couple ETH meme coins, and he was like, you should get active on Twitter. Like, everyone's getting a bunch of followers and there's a lot of support behind this whole meme coin thing. So I hadn't used my Twitter in over a year, and I hopped on crypto Twitter and kind of got sucked in because of meme coins.
Nice. What kind of thing brought you to crypto then? What made you want to go to Bitcoin Miami?
So I think I've been talking on Twitter about Bitcoin and Ethereum and just very peripherally. I was broke. I was in college. I didn't have a lot of money, but I knew about it. Some of my friends were heavily invested into it. I had a couple bucks in it. So I started tweeting about crypto in like 2017, I think. And here and there, I'd talk about it, read articles about it. I had a little bit of it. But my friend that got me into meme coins hit really fucking big in 2019 and 2020. And so we started sharing plays with each other. And then the Bitcoin event came around. He's like, yo, we should go down there. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I wanted to go to Miami anyway. I'd never been to Miami at that point. And yeah, my friend, I don't want to say who he is. I don't want to dox them. Like we're friends in real life or anything, but he dragged my ass to Bitcoin Miami in 21. And from then on, I started really paying attention to it, reading the blogs, even reading some tweets, like following some people on Twitter and stuff. But I never really got involved in like getting to know people, putting myself out there, giving my thoughts on trades or anything. I would just kind of remark on things that were going on in a very peripheral way. I'm glad I did. That same friend who I went to those events years ago was the guy who in the middle of 2023 told me to pay attention to Ethereum meme coins. And from then on, it was Solana.
Is your friend Satoshi Nakamoto?
I think he did mention that he was really good friends with Scottie Pippen. They had a weird friendship, so maybe not. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. That's interesting. And like, when did you go? Like, did you study before? Like, what was it before you went into crypto? I assume now you're full-time crypto, right?
Yeah, I have been for the last year and a half or so, since I think April of 24. So yeah, about a year and a half. I have a master's in finance and accounting, and I was working in a finance role for a decently big company. And I'd been there for a number of years. I'd been there over 5 years when this whole thing occurred. So dude, it was so I started making a lot more money. Now don't get me wrong, I was making a decent, especially where I live, a lot of money in my job. And I liked it and I was good at it, but I started making a lot more money and saw an asymmetrical opportunity. Like, oh, I'm only spending, 2-3 hours a day on crypto and I'm making a lot more money than I'm making in my job. I don't know how long this is going to last. And I didn't even quit. I just stopped. Like I got paid for probably a month and a half of not doing any work. I just wouldn't check my email, wouldn't go to meetings. I just kind of fucked off, and they ended up firing me. And I was like, okay, now I have to do this full time. And
so what's it called? Like you silent quitting. You basically silent quitting.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
But the money is good. I'm gonna stay in that, and then we will see how it goes.
Right. I had enough money where if everything crashed and burned, like saved up or whatever, that if I completely lost everything, I could at least like pay my bills for the rest of the year. You know what I mean?
You mentioned asymmetrical opportunities. What is that?
So let's say I make $1,000 biweekly for a paycheck, right? If I'm making $1,500 in 2 or 3 days of doing crypto, and this is happening pretty regularly without much effort, there's opportunity costs in going to work and devoting your time to making somebody else richer than you are. There's opportunity costs emotionally and financially, answering to another man, making another man rich, not owning any, not having an equitable output from your input. So I figured it was better. I think it's gay in the first place to work for another guy. I have a big problem with like having to take orders from people or having to listen to people or being told what to do. I've always had that. And my role was pretty independent. I only answered to one person. I only answered to the president of the company, but he was still a little bit overbearing at times. And I was already at the point where it was grinding me down so bad mentally, like having to be someone's bitch basically, that I was already looking for ways to make money outside of my job. And so like I've had like small entrepreneurial ventures that didn't go so well, not like drop shipping and shit like that. But I saw an opportunity where, I'm making, let's say if I made $1,000 every 2 weeks, if I'm making that every day or every 2 days, I'm making a lot more than I'm making at my job. Imagine what it could be like if I didn't have to go to work or put in effort 8 hours a day for somebody else. If I could invest that into knowledge about what I am doing, what I'm finding fun, and what I'm also making money doing.
Yeah, so that's why like you dive deep in crypto. But then what do you do when like crypto for like, well, I mean, the last few weeks has been better, but the last 6 months was kind of dead or like really, really slow. What did you do? Like what kind of your performance in that time frame?
Yeah, it's been horrible. I think for people, yeah, it's been fucking abysmal, man. But no, on a more serious note, I think I was lucky because I had already had a little bit of money and I already knew a little bit about crypto and I already knew a few people here that, and like mid to late 2023, it was fucking easy. Money was falling out of the sky. It was hard to buy something and it not go up. You had to be a complete retard not to make a ton of money at the end of 23 through like summer of 24. So I think people that like I came into Twitter with or started around the same time with, by now we're not really like, I mean, just over the last couple weeks, I've been buying like low cap meme coins and mostly getting smoked on them. But I don't know, maybe I'll make a couple bucks here and there. I think the opportunity to come in fresh faced, know nobody, but you're a funny, likable guy with a couple bucks and make an insane amount of money, like that time is completely gone. Everybody I know that I like came in with and made some money are now trading, low leverage, scaling in hundreds of thousands of dollars into plays and making 50K and taking that out. Like it's a lot easier to make money in this space when you see something like Solana or Pump or Bonk or any large cap, even a meme coin like Farcoin or Popcat or Nub or things like that. Like it's easier to put in $20,000 and make $5, $10, $20,000 than it is to start with $1,000 and try to grow your bankroll. Like those times are over, I think. If you have a bankroll, the last couple months have been easy. As long as you weren't 100% exposed to everything. Because I mean, I lost a lot on 1010. I think everybody did, but I was nowhere near like thinking about killing myself or it's over, or because you stable your money, you move it to a cold wallet, you forget you have it, and you play with what you have. And it takes having a little bit of money to have that attitude and not feel like, oh, I have to make it today. I have to make it tomorrow. I have to get rich this week. Like if you're already in a good spot, you can have some sort of risk appetite where something like 1010 happens and you don't want to kill yourself and you actually still feel pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. If you want to find the best meme coins before anyone else, there is no better tools than StockFund because it uses algorithm. Instead of doing manual research on the 10,000 coins that get created every day, the algo will check the top holders, who are the snipers, the bundlers, how many mentions, like more than 25 indicators that will take you forever to do manually. And the performance, let's talk about it. It's just outstanding. So in a week, usually about 70,000 coins get launched. Yes, that's a lot, but the algorithm spotted that only 641 were interesting in the last 7 days. And out of those ones, more than 500 were profitable, with one doing 200x, one doing 100x. Then we have few 30x, 20x, 10x. It basically scanned all the hard work for you. And in the last month, it had 200x. It's just the easiest way to trade meme coins. I personally can't trade without it. Recently, I did a challenge where I transformed $100 into more than $80,000 in just 3 months. So go ahead and try it for yourself. Stalk.fun. It's STALK.fun. Again, STALK.fun. Same, I got one account liquidated on 1010, but it was not a big account. It was an account that I was farming anyway. So like usually when I farm, I start with a small balance and then just try to run it up and then focus mostly on volume. I was just pissed that I got liquidated on Zcash because it was like, seeing the liquidation point was like at 163, and then it went down to 153. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because like, when I woke up, I checked the price of Zcash. I was like, oh, fuck, I must be up nasty. And then I go on and I log in. Oh, no. Never mind. But yeah, you do highlight some interesting points. And then that's the feeling I had. It was like, yeah, it felt pretty easy to trade perps in the past few weeks. And then, I mean, before 1010 for sure, like it was like, oh, fuck, like everyone on the timeline was thinking they were the best traders. So now, the one less greedy that took profits, they were fine. Like the one that thought they were the best traders got like a little reminder from life that they probably are not the best trader in the world. And still now, I think, yeah, there was quite a few opportunities when you see like some coins like that went like, yeah, it was Zcash, Near, now maybe Monero. Like there were tons of stuff
exactly,
going on.
man. Like it's tough when you're the guy who's making money and taking profits. You feel like you're taking profits too early, but you're funneling it off into accounts you don't even look at. And you see, like if I would have just held this a little bit longer, I would have made so much more money. But if you're of that mindset, like I know a ton of people who got punched right in their fucking mouth on 1010 and lost everything. Like I know a dozen people off the top of my head that lost everything, and they had a lot of money, but
that's insane.
They didn't have a longevity mindset. As much as people like repeat it, and as corny as it sounds, like it is a longevity and staying in the game type thing. It's not easy money right now. Like I said, late 23, early 24, that was easy money. It hasn't been easy money at any point this year. Maybe since February, like January.
I agree.
You could say from October to January, that was easy money. But since then, it's been fucking tough, man. Like, I don't know how anyone comes into this space February till now and doesn't dick suck and dick ride everybody and makes money.
Yeah. Plus, like, there's like a lot of the money to be made now is in farming the perps airdrops. Like, that's the thing that is like is paying. But then if you have like if you're really low on capital, it's more challenging. And then usually if you're really low on capital, also your awareness about perps is also pretty low, and then how it works, how to properly edge yourself, and then that becomes more complicated. But I 100% agree with you on the longevity thing, because a lot of people, they will like remember like, oh, he had like 7 figures at that time or whatever, but then yeah, but Willie would still have it in 3 years. That's like,
right,
the whole thing.
Dude, all these kids they're like the fucking e-com sellers, the fucking paid group course sellers, dude. They only want to make money to say, oh, alhamdulillah, their Muslim god or whatever the fuck, and flex watches and cars to impress like their friends. Like, Tommy just got a Ferrari, I need to get a Ferrari. Like, they're not even doing it to impress women in the first place. It's just and maybe it's because like you and I are a little older, right? I'm sure if I made $1 million at age 19, I'd be the same way. But they're all gonna lose it all, man.
I mean, yeah, I know a few people that ran it up to $1 million and then went back down like 2 times or 3 times. I'm like, fuck, man, this is like, that's crazy. I think that
should never, ever, ever, ever happen to you. If you have $1 million and you blow yourself up, like, that's an expensive lesson, but you're a fucking retard. You need to change something. Like $1 million, dude. I remember when I was like, because I've worked jobs, right? Like if you've ever had a job or a career where you had to bust your ass or kiss ass at your job for a period of time to get like a pittance of a paycheck. Like, dude, I had shitty jobs when I was younger. Like, that teaches you the value of what $1 million is. It's tough being in this space and even relating to people. Like when you go out to eat and just think like your waiter is making $2 an hour and they're really hoping for a $15 tip. You know, like I can turn on my phone and make that in less than a second. So I think in order to be successful here, you have to come from a world in which you know what the value of money is to prevent yourself from blowing up once you get it. And I think maybe if you have $1 million and blow yourself up, then you start thinking about the opportunities. Like, man, I had $1 million. Now I have nothing. I could have bought this. I could have bought that. I could have helped this member of my family. I could have done this, that, this, that, the other thing. I think you only realize how much money it is when you blow it. So maybe they can learn that way. But if you have $1 million in your bank account, you're buying a Ferrari or an $80,000 watch, you're a fucking retard.
It's funny. I had someone the other day saying the opposite. It was like, yeah, if you make $1 million and you're young, like, yeah, it's a stupid decision, but just do it. Just buy the fucking car or whatsoever. So when do you decide to put risk on and risk off then?
When money's easy, man. And it's like you can see it on the timeline, you can feel it in the air, you can see it in the charts. I don't even know if I could point to one thing and say this is where you go risk on. But when markets are trending upwards, and I think we're starting to see some of the liquidity on like a global macro scale filter top down into more risk on assets. I think once we start seeing more liquidity, like when you see $150, $200 billion start getting added, or maybe not even that much, once you start seeing consistent like money entering into the total crypto market cap, I think right now we're at 3.3 trillion or something, down from 4.5. Once you see liquidity just being jammed into crypto, that's when you go risk on, because anything you buy will go up. But right now, for the last 6 months, you've been fighting a losing battle. Like, people talk about like liquidity extraction, blah, 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 in the Solana trenches on 100K like market cap coin. Look at the literal liquidity extraction or liquidity leaving the arena total across all altcoins, across Bitcoin, Ethereum, every altcoin. The total crypto market cap is down over $1 trillion this year. Like, when you see liquidity coming back, it's going to go back into your shit.
So what did you do then the past 6 months?
Still trade. There were still opportunities to be had. There's still been coins that have ran. Mainly I've been trading large cap meme coins. Like, for a long time, you could buy a couple $100,000 worth of PopCat at a certain price and use it as like I hate leverage. I never use leverage. I've actually leverage traded a little bit over the last month after 1010 when I see an opportunity and I'm like, oh, let's just throw a couple bucks at this and see if I can make some money. I've made some decent money, but you can honestly buy, like, right now, it used to be PopCat. Right now it's Fartcoin. Like, if you think Solana is going to be $200 by the end of the year, instead of entering a low leverage position, like half your bankroll on a 2 to 5x or whatever, because you want to make it big, just spot Fartcoin at the leveraged Solana position anyway. Solana goes up 5%, Fartcoin's going to go up 10%, and you can never get liquidated. And it's probably not going to go much lower. I hate to say that, but like a lot of these larger cap meme coins, it's tough to see them going lower, in my opinion, even though it's like almost the middle of November 2025. Like, I think the next couple months could be beneficial for you to stick around and have like allocated risk towards certain things. So for me right now, like the last 6 months, you asked, like, instead of like, I posted on the timeline when Solana was at 151. I think Solana goes to 200 before it goes to 150, like $1 away. We were like $1 above 150, and it did. And I took advantage of that by buying larger cap meme coins. And then when it got around $200, I sold, and then it ran to 210. And then when it went back down to like 176, I said 200 again before 174 or whatever. So I call out like my thoughts, But in general, how I play it is like leveraged bets on the underlying asset. Like that's how I think people should look at meme coins, is like leveraged bets on whatever chain they're on.
That's true. Actually, that's what like a lot of people say. Like you can like just if you don't have the main asset, just go on the one under it, and then it's gonna work. Like there's Monero, there's a meme coin around Monero as well, for example, and that run pretty well, right? So far, for meme coin, and it's just finding the main one on each chain can help you like that. So is it like for Pepe? Is it is it Pepe the main one?
Yeah, on ETH, it'd be Pepe and Mog. If you're bullish on ETH, if you think ETH is going to $4,000, $5,000 by the end of the year, I don't even know why you'd hold spot Ethereum. You're gambling anyway. You're gambling on your thesis being right. Just allocate less money to the underlying asset, Pepe or Mog. Because if ETH is $5,000, where does that put Pepe and Mog?
Yeah. So which meme coin are you on now?
I've had a lot of meme coins. The last 2 to 3 weeks, I've been DCing money into meme coins. And I don't think I caught the absolute bottom, but I have more than I probably have the more meme coin holdings now than I have maybe at any other point in the last few months. But I've just been buying, I've been fucking around with low caps, like under 5 mil, and, you know, hold them, sell them, whatever. But really, I've just been buying like PopCap, Fartcoin. I've never owned Pepe, but Mog, and just buying and selling those as Solana goes up and down. But I haven't even been looking at anything. I've just been DCAing clips into those coins the last few weeks. Market dominance is my favorite meme coin overall, but that's like, it's like a super low cap. It's like market dominance.
Okay, market dominant. I haven't even heard of that one, I think.
That's the only meme coin I've held for over a year, and I've never sold it, never sold it, traded it, tried to get more coins by selling the top and buying low. I put my money in. That's the one I hold. I think that is like, with all things considered, I think is the only meme coin that I can see holding right now that you can look at it a few months from now and be like, holy fuck, thank God I didn't sell that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's at 1.5, right? 1.5 M.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Isn't it a derivative of SPX 6900?
No, I don't think they share many commonalities. I think you could point to other larger or around the same market cap or higher meme coins that maybe share commonalities with it. But
what made you want to go into that one more than the others?
The people, dude. That and like the spaces they hold, like just the creativity and intelligence and worldview of the people who started it, and the fact that they haven't they personally like have their wallets in the chat and like they don't sell. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been a lot of volume. There's never been a lot of volume on it. I don't talk about it on the timeline. I'm not like pushing it down people's throats. I've told my friends before, like, hey, grab this. This is like the only coin I can see running long term, but like low cap. And we're talking like you'll probably make more money buying, like a better bet if you have $10,000 right now that you want to fuck around on is put like $10,000 in Mog if you're bullish on ETH, whatever. But like in terms of like, meme coins are like lottery tickets, I think. And I think like if you're going to go buy a lottery ticket, like I would buy this one personally. But like I said, I could jam it down people's throats on the timeline and run it up and tell people how it's the most bullish thing ever. But like nobody in this coin really does that. You know what I mean? That's not what it is.
Okay. So they're more like living it on like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're not jamming it down people's throats. They're not messaging people, hey, I'm bullish on this. Here's my thesis. Buy it. It's like a true actual meme coin. You know, they have a TikTok that gets like hundreds of thousands of likes and millions of views that they just started like over a month ago. And like they're not jamming that down. Like, this is the next runner. We just got 2 million views on a TikTok. You have to buy this before normies buy it. Like, all of the like bullshit people sell on meme coins, like they don't do. So that's like the only one that I've held.
And how did you find it?
Fuck, how did I find it? Nostradamus on Twitter. Literally everything this guy touches turns to gold. My friend Nostradamus told me about it.
Nostradamus. I'm not sure if I know him on X.
He's at Neat Olympics. He's called every runner, like, yeah, NEET Olympics. He's called every fucking runner. He only calls runners, and he's called every runner. Like, he called Neat at like sub 100K. He called fucking crypto that went to like 25 or 30 million, like at under 50K. Like, he's one of the guys that like has the constitution or like the eye to spot things that can run long term. You know, he's an early FTX guy too, early Bitcoin guy. Like, those are the type of meme coins I like buying. I hate buying these fucking news coins. Like, did you see Elon Musk's tweet?
It's
did you
horrible.
see this? Did you see this news story that's blowing up, or this animal that just got killed? Like, literally go fuck yourself, dude. I don't care. I don't like buying meme coins and then selling them an hour later, dude.
Yeah, plus like the Elon Musk tweet ones, they're just the worst play. Like, it's the worst of city on it. It's like those guys who like stare at the tweet deck, and then they're like, as soon as they see one, they're all aping into one, and there's like 15 guys creating the coins, and then after, it's who got the biggest group that decide to run it, and then Cupsy bought that one, so then everyone goes into that one, and it's like a bloodbath in terms of volume and everything. Is usually quite disgusting. Like, those ones are hard to trade, honestly.
Yeah, but I look at it in two ways. I think, like, no matter what price Bitcoin is, no matter how the market's looking, I think bear, bull, media, like mid-cycle, whatever, I think that type of meme coin trading will always be around. I think if everything dies tomorrow, people are still going to be gambling on those types of meme coins. I think meme coins that I like to trade, buy, and hold they have more like cyclical liquidity that's more so dependent on the macro, and it can be looked at as a leverage on the underlying asset. I think like gambling meme coins, like the daily tweet, the daily runner, blah, blah, blah. I think no matter what, there's always going to be volume for those things, and you can see the subsets of communities that are involved in one or the other. Very rarely do you see somebody that like sitting at on the tweet deck that has a quick buy and quick sell button on tweets, like as an extension overlay. Like, they're not the type of person that has made millions of dollars trading meme coins. They're the type of person that, like I said, flexes alhamdulillah, here's my watch, here's my car, here's my public wallet, please follow me on Colscan so I can steal your money. Those people too, if you look at their transactions, like, oh, holy shit, how's this guy making $20,000 a day? How does anyone make money in this market? Well, he buys on the Colscan wallet. He buys on a shitload of other wallets, and then he sends all the supply to the Colscan wallet. So he'll have bought 8 million tokens, but he sold 75 million tokens, and it shows on Colscan that he made $15,000. So people that don't even look into it are like, oh, this guy's printing even in a dry market, I'll copy trade him. I think people are catching more onto that now, but like, those types of people, like, you're not welcome here. I don't like you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people believe what they want to see, and then I think, like, even when I try experimental, like back then I posted some fake PNLs or whatever, you get shit out of impression, and everyone would think it's true. No one verify any information, and then in a way, the algorithm Twitter is just here to highlight the most extreme bets, the most extreme thing. It's always more. And that kind of like perpetuate
Right.
when people think like, I haven't made $10 million, so I'm a loser. I only have one M. I need to take more risk, and then they lose their $1 million. And you're like,
right. But they don't know that 75% of the people that think they have less money than, they actually have more money than. Like a lot of these kids are dead ass fucking broke. They don't have 2 nickels to rub together.
Yeah, it is
Imagine,
true.
imagine comparing yourself to somebody who has less money than you because you think they have more money than you.
That's horrible. Yeah, it is. And it's, I mean, comparing ourselves with money is just like, it's never really beneficial, because someone who has money today, you don't know what's going to be like in 2 years, 5 years. And then so you should focus more like already on yourself, and what about what you can do for yourself and grow yourself than when the others have, because one mistake and then they can lose it all. One divorce and they can lose half or more. Like it's so many variables that you don't even know. And then that's not the ultimate game, I guess.
Yeah, as gay as it sounds, I agree with that. Like, don't compare yourself to others. Like, I think everyone's grandma or grandpa has told them that at one point. They're like, yeah, whatever. But like, it is an easy trap to fall into, especially because trading in that manner is socialized. Everybody knows everybody's wallet. Everybody has each other's Twitter. Everyone's trying to flex a bigger P&L. Like, and there's so much fugazi behind all of it. Like Axiom has a feature where you can just click the top traders and generate a P&L for any wallet. You don't even know, like, the fact that they added that should just show you like the state of the trenches, if you want to call it that. The trenches will be here forever, I think. That's why I'm invested in Pump Token, because people will always trade meme coins. I think no matter what, there will be volume on meme coins in some fashion or another. And
what makes you think that? Why is it not like NFTs?
Because it's very different from NFTs, because if you take a look at, for a number of reasons, but I think the most important, the easiest one I can point to is if you look at just people's natural, like primalistic proclivity to want to gamble their way into a higher social class. And they do it. It's been increasing more and more since the data has been recorded. Gambling has in every form or fashion, whether it's poker, sports betting, fucking shooting dice on the corner. Gambling is more prevalent than it ever has been now. And I think people think they have a better edge with meme coins, whether they do or don't, with all of the tools, bots, and software available out there now. People think that they have a better opportunity with meme coins. What's easier, especially with all the sports drama coming out now about fixed games and refs being paid off and players manipulating their stats to beat the spread and things of that nature. What do you think is more fair? Something on a publicly immutable, accessible blockchain being deployed, you buying and selling it when you want to, or betting on whether or not the Lakers are going to win tonight, or whether or not LeBron's going to have a triple-double. Like, I feel like when people think their destiny is more influenced by themselves and their own actions, that they'll naturally gravitate towards arenas that equip them to do so. You know what I mean? I think Pump right now, out of anything you could allocate yourself to, in my opinion, with the buybacks and people's natural inclination towards thinking they have their destiny in their own hands, and it being perpetuated by every trading platform, I think in crypto, Pump is probably the best buy right now.
Yeah, it is a great company.
In terms of if you have a lot of money and you are like, if a 2x would change your life, because you hear people all the time, I just hit 1,000x, I just hit 100x, buddy, you made like 40 grand. You didn't make life-changing money. If you have money, like, 2x on Pump will be better than sitting in the trenches all day and getting 10 100x's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy in the way that you can own shares of the casino.
Yeah, and the casino, and it's a revenue generating operation. Like you
Yeah.
see all these ICOs and all of these even
High
IPOs in the
revenue
AI.
generating, like 1 million a day, still even now, right? Almost,
Even
eh?
now, like you look at IPOs in the real world, like especially in the AI bubble, and you look at ICOs of crypto companies that they can't. One, they don't have a solution to a problem that currently exists. They're trying to iterate on something that's already been done. That nobody liked and crashed, failed, and burned, or they're trying to come up with something that nobody asked for, nobody wants, and nobody's going to use. But they can package it up and say we're YC backed and we got this grant from this foundation. Nobody's going to use your fucking product. How about you buy something that's already been tested and proven for years that there's an appetite for, no matter the market conditions, and they haven't now since the pump token came out. They've allocated between like 95 and 105% of their daily revenue towards the pump token. Right? That's not going to continue forever. They haven't publicly pledged or committed or signed anything that all the revenue is always going to go back into the token. But guess what? For now, since the tokens came out, it has. They've bought, I don't even know how many tens of millions of dollars of their own supply. I think they've offset 10% of the entire, not the circulating, 10% of the entire supply of the coin just with the buybacks. And I think
Yeah.
right now we're starting to see an equilibrium where there's less tokens to sell, and the buy pressure is still there because people are still gambling. It doesn't make it's a revenue generating business that's putting 100% of their revenue back into the coin, and they're making less revenue now than they were. Even if market conditions were exactly the same now versus 3 months ago, they're making less now because they're making risk-free advertising investment. When you give people creator fees, anyone can launch a coin and anyone can dev a coin and get creator fees. You're basically just paying for advertising. You're paying for some bumfuck broke kid in Idaho to launch a meme coin and tell his friends, hey, I just made $150. All I did was had a good idea, launched a meme coin, people bought and sold it. And then them telling all their friends about it. Same thing goes with creator coins. Like, you can tell someone, a Twitch streamer, hey, if you join Pump, you can make $25,000-$30,000 in the first day. You don't even have to be a top 100 Twitch streamer. Yeah, everyone's going to do that. And Pump Fund's not paying anyone to do it. They're just taking a little bit off the pie and giving it to whoever's doing it. And anything left over, they've been putting back into the coin. Again, I don't know how long it's going to last for, but for right now, it seems like a good buy to me.
Yeah, I think so too. I guess like they might reduce it when the price like start to be like around 8 or something like that, like at least double or whatever. We'll see, because they make like a lot, and then they don't need to have that much cash as well. I don't know like what are the expenses of the company or whatsoever. Plus they raised $1 billion, but yeah, I mean people give them a lot of shit for many things, but I think they don't realize how much like it's rare to find people that even after they made $1 billion that they're gonna work that hard.
Right, and they're surgical and very precise in what they do. Like when Bonk came out, they let them try all kinds of different tokenomics and reward systems and incentives, and people were like, "Oh, they're just sitting on their ass," and they let all the competition do whatever they wanted, and then at any time they want, they raised what, $600 million, north of $600 million in their token raise, plus they've already made hundreds of millions. They have $1 billion or more in cash. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like they could kill everybody right now if they wanted to just throw money at things. But I think they're doing it their own way. And they just bought Padre. They could have bought Axiom. They went with the smaller guys. Like, I just like the way they operate. And I think they're very fucking smart. And they're strategizing over a long game.
Yeah. And what do you think about the airdrop?
I mean, if you check Polymarket, I think everyone knows it's going to come soon. I think it'll come by the end of this month. I don't have any information one way or the other, but my personal opinion is it'll probably be this month. As a pump holder, I hope they just say fuck the airdrop. No one gets any money, but I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a good airdrop, right? You would hope it's a good airdrop, but no matter what, like even if everybody gets their allocation, everyone gets their pump coins, everyone's full stacks out and swaps to USDC, then to do that, they have to trade on pump swap, and money's going to go back to the coin anyway. So, people are like, oh, that's not going to. I don't even know why pump would do an airdrop at this point. The trenches are so dead. Blah 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 blah. What do people do with free money? What do people do with money that they didn't think was coming? They're not expecting. If you randomly get $3,000, like you're gonna try and make it $10,000. You're gonna try and make it $30,000.
Yeah.
The same thing people did with the COVID checks when the
if it's not life changing money, you gamble that money.
Yeah, if it's not life changing, you gamble it till it is 100%.
Yeah, that's why I think like if they do the airdrop, they're gonna want it to do in a way that like you can use it to basically trade on pump fund. Like
exactly, and why do you?
It has to be one way or the other. So I don't know if they're gonna be able, like, if they're gonna do that. Oh, you can trade on pump fund with the pump token or whatever. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm pretty sure. I feel like that they're gonna find a way.
I think so too, and I think adding some kind of utility for the pump coin could be. Now I know they have like a really great team of lawyers, but I'm not sure where that would go and where that would fall, whether it's gray, black, or white in terms of dividends and shareholders and legal compliance and things of that nature. But I do know that, dude, they're fully vertically integrated. So they bought Padre, they're pushing Padre. Axiom's no longer making $1 million a day. Like if they would have done this 6 months ago, Axiom wouldn't have made $400 million. They're fully vertically integrated now. You can launch a coin on Pump Fund. When it graduates, it's on Pump Swap. So they're making fees in perpetuity. They cut radium out of it. On top of that, none of the trading wallets in the future are ever going to make a dime off Pump Fund either. It's going to be all through Padre, and that money's going to come back to Pump. So I think now that they have the foundation laid or the infrastructure, now is a great time to release the airdrop. They got all their ducks in a row. They maximized the full clawback of whatever the airdrop's going to be. And I think they're going to announce. I think it would be in their best interest to announce this as like a season 1, and then add some kind of goalpost for a season 2, and have that go on in perpetuity as well. Every 3 months, your volume's going to count towards an airdrop, whatever. I think if they do that and it's only coins traded through Pump Swap, I think Pump Fund could be a fucking crypto killer. It's one of the only successful companies that have came out of crypto this cycle. So,
yes, it's truly there's like them and Hyperliquid kind of thing like right now. I mean, if
Hyperliquid, obviously the other great one that would, Hyperliquid, a product that people actually use, a product that's actually really fucking good. No wonder it's doing well. Same with Pump. Like if people actually want to use your shit and aren't just using it for an incentive, then you have a good product.
Yeah.
The real fucking world, dude.
Yeah. yeah, it's crazy. It was such a small thing to buy Padre. Because like now, even if people start to trade on BNB or ETH or Base, well, guess what? They get the fees. And then those fees buy back Pump. So it's like...
Exactly, man.
And it's like, then it becomes like, if you trade on any other terminal, which now they rebranded it terminal, by the way. So it's like, if you trade on any other, why would not trade on the one that like buys back the token, and then like you can own shares of it by having the token. Plus, like they have the biggest ecosystem of meme coins ever.
Right. And if you're talking like, that's a really good, you could draw an analogy between Pump and Hyperliquid in that way. They airdropped you Hype, and because it's a good product, you continue to use it. Other people continue to use it, and if you cheated your airdrop, you're killing yourself now, because if you would have just held it, not all the money, but a significant portion of that money is going back into using it. So if you're going to do a perp trade, why would you go on MEXC or why would you go on Bybit? Why wouldn't you use Hyperliquid? Because the fees you're paying are going to go back to pump your own bags.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to see that more and more. I mean, we have to, it's a proven model, right?
Yeah, dude, this isn't anything new. They're not reinventing the fucking wheel. It's just people are so inept in crypto, especially founders of companies, that they can't tell their ass from a hole in the ground. They don't know the first thing about business, or why people would be interested in something, or what should we set out to achieve, or why should people hold our coin. They have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
That's why you get teams like Hyperliquid and Pump who actually know a thing or two, and of course they blow everyone else out of the water.
Yeah, and they actually want to do some stuff. That's the beauty of it. I mean, both of them get like a lot of tools get built on as well, and then that's the thing. I think it's just crypto for a while. It was just like VC with bullshit ICOs, bullshit project that doesn't solve any problem. Like people were trying to shove down like, you want the Web3 gaming. No, you want that. You want this, you want that. And it's like, guess what? Like the biggest market for gaming was Counter-Strike, or is probably still Counter-Strike, CSGO, right? If I'm not wrong. And they didn't need any blockchain for it. They just didn't.
That's exactly the fucking thing, dude. Like when people talk about like music NFTs or gaming NFTs or crypto gaming, like at the end of the day, dude, or friend tech. Friend tech's probably the worst fucking most glaring example of this. Like, why the fuck does anybody want your product? They don't. Like, and anybody with common sense can look at something and see whether or not it's bullshit. Why the fuck would you want to own a song on the blockchain? Why the blockchain this technology has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Nobody wants it, and that's why companies time and time again, dude, you see these same people trying to shove this horseshit down your fucking throats, and you can see right through them.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's beautiful to see the difference, this cycle though. Like the two great products that are in the top 100 crypto. Like, I mean, like Hyperliquid, not even a dollar raised from VC, not even a dollar raised, like fully on like bootstrap by ex market makers or algo traders, whatever they were, and then like. I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking beautiful.
It is what it's supposed to be. It's crypto more now, what it's supposed to be, where people can just build cool stuff, and then people that like cool stuff is going to buy the coin, and then just like this, it's actually something that solves a problem and generate revenues.
Yeah, dude, it's like that's the first two things you should think about when you're founding something. Like, dude, so many people have like founder at blah blah blah, or it'll be more snarky and sarcastic, like I'm janitor at XYZ. Like, okay, are you gonna make any money? Will anybody ever pay you any money to use your product? And are you solving a problem that exists that doesn't have a solution for it? If your answers are no, you should probably just go fuck yourself instead.
Oh man, yeah, I do agree. I want to get on some tips before we end for like people who start like, what would you say someone should do if they started today with $10,000?
I don't even have any financial advice. It's more so, I think Twitter is the most important tool anybody can have if they want to ascend to a higher social class. I think you have to, if you have a Twitter account and $10,000, you have the best opportunity that anyone's ever had in the history of mankind to do whatever the fuck you want to do. As long as you follow the right people and you tweet the right things. Like literally just follow people. Just go to at retard mode on X, look who I'm following, and just follow them. Honestly, it's the only advice I have for you. I'm not going to tell you, you should buy this or you should watch this YouTube video, or you should follow this guy's plays, or this is a good wallet to pay attention to. Just understand what the fuck is actually going on here first.
I mean, you could say you should subscribe to Handsome Finance. It's not going to hurt them. Yeah. I have a favor to ask you. I know most of you are not subscribed or didn't review the podcast. And that's fine. I'm not asking you to be in a relationship with me. It's just it helps me when I contact people to interview them to come on the podcast. So that helps you in a way. And that makes my mom a little bit more proud. And trust me, we're going to need a lot of subscribers and 5-star ratings on the podcast app for my mom to finally be proud, because she doesn't listen to stuff in English. But that's important, honestly, because like, why would they talk to a washed up Calvin Klein model with a French accent? It's you guys who built this podcast, and thank you for that. So anyone who share it, thank you. I love you.
Yeah, a couple bucks there wouldn't hurt.
Okay, yeah. And then you would tell them to go into meme coins or wait to an opportunity, or like what kind of things that they should do?
Yeah, if you only have $10,000 right now, your job is to get some kind of bankroll. $10,000 isn't a bankroll. For a lot of people like me, I couldn't pay my bills for 2 months with $10,000. So like, that's not life sustaining or changing money. So you need to keep hitting the casino and spin until you hit big. And then you can start preserving capital. I think right now, literally what you should do is try and identify emerging trends and either launch the coin yourself on Pump or find one that there's confluence building around and try and build brands that way. That's how people only get followers in this space and opportunities if they make other people money, they share something insightful, or they're funny. So try and make other people money, try to develop a unique insight or perspective, or be funny. If you're not any of those things, don't even bother. But if you're a combination or all of those things, then you have to just keep flinging darts until you hit a bullseye, and now you have some money to work with. Now you can scale in and out of things rather than having to hit 100x on every play in order to sustain your lifestyle. But I think until you get to a point where you have a bankroll, like, you have to be hyper gambling. You do have to be in the trenches. You do have to be buying these low cap meme coins and trying to hit 1,000x. Because that's how everybody got their start. At least everybody I know.
Yeah. So when you mean like the casino, you mean like the pump fund, basically, all the meme coin stuff.
Yeah, the meme coin casino or God's chosen casino, Toshi.bet.
God's chosen casino.
They're kind of both. They're kind of both God's chosen casino. I guess Toshi would be God's chosen casino, and Pump Fund would be Yahweh's chosen casino.
Okay. And how do you find meme coins? How do you choose a meme coins to know like if you should get in or not?
Honestly, 100% through Twitter. People talking about it on the timeline, people DMing me to look at something. Oftentimes I'll see a meme that's just starting to blow up, or I'll identify something on X trending, and I'll go to look and see if there's a meme coin. Now, oftentimes there's like 20, 30, 40, 50 meme coins, but if there's one that's clearly the leading or identified runner, like it's at like 40, 50, or like if one is already bonded and it has a little bit of volume on it, yeah, you can probably buy that. Like Pigger, the picture of the pig blew up. Is blowing up on Twitter. I asked around, hey, what are people calling this pig? I know this is a popular meme, a pig with a fade, but I don't see any meme coin for it. And someone said, someone made Pigger. And if you were on Twitter and you were paying attention, you could have seen that meme. You could have asked around or found it yourself, bought it under 100K, and I think it hit 5 mil today. So you could have had yourself a 50X if you're just paying attention on Twitter.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm going to check that. When was that? I haven't seen that pig.
Last night.
That's why. Okay, I was offline yesterday.
Yeah, and I wasn't on Meme Scope. I wasn't in Discord filtering through calls. I was literally just paying attention to what people are talking about, because that's where money goes.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right. Well, thank you, Bozo. I guess I called you like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
it was it was really insightful. Uh, Good chat, man. And then, well, I hope your bag's gonna just go up. It should be. It should be.
Yeah, likewise. I think everything's bottomed right now, man. I think we're in that period between QT and QE, that lull period where liquidity's still frozen and scarce between different like governmental and private sector levels. That we're gonna see people that have a little bit of ching chang that they want to buy our fucking coins with. So I think everything's close to being bottomed.
Awesome. Well, have a good one, man.